problem you get is every meaningless fight that Fury has bluntens his ability, bluntens his tools.
This is Jonathan Aguilar here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Barry Jones here in Bolton. Well, that was a very good night of boxing right there. Let's just talk about what we've just seen. Samuel Antwi with an incredible knockout right there. What was your reaction to seeing that?
Yeah, 3 quality shots. I think the accuracy was the key. Was the key figure for the whole fight. I thought, where they were both real tough. I think Mason Cartwright constantly coming forward, trying to work away, but the accuracy of the work of Antwi, plus with that. The angles he was throwing the punches from, more lateral movement. I had him quite a fair lead, to be fair. But Cartwright was pulling it back a little bit at the end, I thought. Just sort of sheer determination and grit. But that finish was lethal. He stepped across to the left, threw a short right hook, and the referee was on the other side, so we didn't see it. But Cartwright was out on his feet, and then the left hook and the right hand followed. Unfortunately, 2 more shots followed, and the referee did try and jump in, but it was a gruesome finish to an enthralling fight. I thought, yeah, it was a great performance. And in the biggest fight of your career, which it was for both, you want to put up your best performance, and for me, I thought Antwi was absolutely fantastic tonight.
Where does he go from here, do you think? He's won the British title tonight. Well,
I think that we always do this. Where are we going to go from here? I think let him find his feet at this level now. He's tried before, and he's at a new weight now, and I always thought he was too big for welterweight anyway. I could never believe how he made that weight. But super welterweight now might suit him. He got more movement, more energy in the tank, and he's a little bit faster, I thought, than he was at welterweight. So just enjoy this. Get a defence. Try and get a voluntary or a mandatory defence out the way first, and go from there. Everyone thinks once you win a British title, you should be looking for world level, European level. Who knows who's going to be around next year after?
Troy Williamson was there.
Well, it's a great fight for him, and a hard fight. But do you want to go from a grueling fight like that to another one straight away? Because that's what it will be with Troy Williamson. And Troy Williamson is an aggressive fighter with guile at times. He didn't show it against Josh Kelly because I think he got mesmerised with the movement and went route one. But he can box better, given the opportunity. So I think we'd see a better Troy Williamson against Antwi, and a hard fight. Listen, why do I care? I don't know either one of them. Yeah, there's that fight next, please. I'm a boxing fan. I want to see the best fights. That's a
Go on, just give it to us. Yeah. Lyndon Arthur needed that shot, and he certainly produced it. What did you make of that knockout and the performance in general?
I thought, again, it was half a typical Lyndon Arthur performance, where he shows some really beautiful skills, but then coasts. And I think he found out tonight, like he has in the past, but I think he learned his lesson tonight, that coasting, sorry, I've been talking all night, that coasting can cost you a fight. And it almost did, I felt. I think Suarez was fantastic, he came on really strong. But he found the finish. It was lovely little body shots. Didn't look like much, but they're the ones that get you. But the delayed reaction, and let's not go into too much of body shots. There's been a talk of the boxing world the last sort of week. But those shots take your body away. They really do. And we found, listen, like any quality fighter, you find a way to win. And he found the finish he needed. But he's a great talent. But he needs more acceleration in his work. And he needs to be a little bit busier and a little bit proactive, I think. He got a great jab, but he dines out in a little bit too much.
Maybe the winner of Buatsi Aziz next?
Yeah, but maybe like Craig Richards was talking about. That's a really good fight. Another guy who did really well against maybe the best light heavyweight in the world, if certainly not the second best. Did well, so he'll feel he's world class. I know that's an IBO title. Make it that what you will, of course, but it gives him some sort of stature and rating, and I think it'll go a long way to probably making that fight happen.
2 quick ones. I'm done. Eubank Smith tomorrow night. How do you see the fight going?
Well, I think Smith. Listen, when the first fight got announced, I was in Sky actually working on at the time, and I said Smith without a shadow of a doubt. I didn't say by a knockout. I thought he would just make. And I think he wins again. I think he'll go the points again. I think he'll go points this time. Though he'll probably knock him out now. But I just don't see Eubank being able to live with the energy of Smith. Smith is a pressure fighter with intelligence, and people forget that. They go back to this old Joe Gallagher hands high walking forward thing, and that is a Joe Gallagher trait. But they do move their head, they do shuffle their feet, and Liam Smith does it subtly but better than most. Are we close to the distance? And he's innately tough, which is for Eubank very difficult because he hits you with good hard sharp shots. I know Eubank doesn't throw knockout punches, he throws punches that make you blink and they sting and make you panic and you regroup. But with Ian Williams, he doesn't. He swallows it up and steals your space, and that's what happened in the first fight. And what he'll do to Eubank, sorry, what he'll do to, yeah, I almost had you. What he'll do to Eubank as well, when Eubank takes his rest before he throws 15 punches, he'll make Eubank work when he doesn't want to. In those gaps where Eubank needs to take a rest, Smith will be on him making him work, and I thought that will, down the stretch, empty the tank of Eubank, and Smith will finish really strongly.
Just lastly, your co-commentator tonight, George Groves, spoke to him earlier today about Fury against Usyk, and he believes that Usyk is simply too much of a good boxer for Tyson Fury. What do you think of that fight after what you saw last week?
No, I think Usyk was fantastic. I've been Tyson Fury from day one with that fight, and I still think Tyson Fury now. The problem you get is every meaningless fight that Fury has bluntens his ability, bluntens his tools, I would say. All these fights that Usyk are having, Dubois was maybe below his level, but it's a real fight. That's what keeps him sharp. And you use it or you lose it, they say. That's a saying for you youngsters, isn't it? Or maybe the youngsters before you guys. Yeah. But and I think that might be the case here. So it gives him, it evens up the scale a bit. But I think what Usyk does, he steals your space with a front foot, makes you work harder than you want to work. It's similar to what I said about Smith, but in a different way. But I don't think that works against Fury, because Fury is probably the most adaptable heavyweight we have at the moment, and I think he can adapt on the fly. That's why he's so hard to train, because you train for one thing and he'll do something else because he wants to, because he can. He doesn't know what he wants to do. I think every round he gets out the store and he goes, "Oh, I'll try that now. I'll try this." Gets him in trouble. Then we also see glimpses of brilliance within that. And he's 6'9", and he has a long reach, a crazy long reach, and that takes away the ability of Usyk to steal your space, I feel. So I think Fury, but will it happen? I don't think so. I hope so, but I don't think so.
Barry, we'll leave it there. Appreciate your time after a good night here in Bolton. Thank you.
See you again.